I still catch myself saving things to tell you. That's the part I hate admitting. Something stupid happens. Someone says something funny. I see a dog that looks completely ridiculous, and for half a second my brain still goes, I need to tell you about this. Then I remember. Oh, yeah, right. We're not that anymore, and I don't even know what that was at the end, because it definitely wasn't what it used to be. That's what messes with me. People act like a breakup happens in one moment. You have the conversation, somebody cries, somebody leaves, and then it's over. Mine didn't feel like that. It felt like watching something slowly stop working while both of us kept pretending it was fine. The conversations got shorter. The silences got longer. Things I would have told you immediately started feeling like things I had to decide whether you even cared about. I noticed it. Of course I noticed it. I just didn't want to be the person who said it first. Because once you say something feels different, you can't really unsay it. And maybe this sounds pathetic, but I think I would have accepted almost any explanation if it meant we didn't have to end. Busy? Fine. Tired? Fine. Need space? Sure. Going through something? I'll wait. I kept finding reasons for you because the other option was admitting that maybe you just didn't want this the way I did anymore. That's harder to accept. Actually, no. There's something worse. I think part of me knew before you said anything. There was this one day, and it's such a stupid memory, but I keep thinking about it. We were together, doing absolutely nothing important. I was talking about something, I don't even remember what, and halfway through I realized you weren't really listening. You used to listen. Even when I rambled about things you didn't care about, you'd ask questions. That day you just went, yeah. And I remember looking at you and thinking, you're already gone. I didn't say it. Obviously, I just carried on talking. That's embarrassing to admit. I knew something was wrong and I kept performing the relationship anyway, like maybe if I acted normal enough it would become normal again. Then the breakup actually happened and somehow I was still shocked. That's the ridiculous part. I was shocked by something I'd been quietly preparing for. I remember tiny pieces of that conversation more than the actual words. Where I was sitting, what I was wearing, how weirdly normal everything around me looked. I remember thinking, this room looks exactly the same, which annoyed me because something that felt massive had just happened and nothing around me cared. The light was still on. There was still a glass sitting where I'd left it. Somebody outside laughed. Life has really bad timing like that. I think I expected the pain to be more dramatic. Instead, most of it was just inconvenient. I'd wake up and forget for a few seconds. I'd make food and automatically think about what you would have ordered. I'd nearly use one of our stupid inside jokes and then realize nobody around me would understand it. I found one of your hairs on a hoodie once. That nearly ruined my entire evening. A hair. That's what got me. Not the big conversations, not the photos, not the places we went. A hair stuck to a hoodie. I stared at it for way too long before throwing it away. Then I felt guilty for throwing it away. Which is insane. I know it is. I wasn't even sure what I was supposed to be preserving. Evidence that you were here? Proof that I didn't imagine the whole thing? I don't know. And I get angry too. That's something I don't talk about much because anger makes everything sound simpler than it was. You weren't evil. I wasn't perfect. There isn't some clean villain I can blame everything on. Honestly, that almost makes it worse. If you'd done something unforgivable, maybe I'd know what to do with all of this. I'd hate you. Done. Easy. Except I don't hate you. I hate certain things you did. I hate things I did too. I hate how many times I swallowed something that bothered me because I didn't want to start an argument. I hate how I started treating basic affection like proof everything was okay. You'd hug me and I'd think, see, we're fine. That's actually kind of sad. One normal moment could calm me down for an entire day, then I'd go home and feel anxious again. And there is one thing I really don't like admitting. I miss being wanted more than I miss some parts of you. There. That's horrible to say. I miss having someone choose me. I miss knowing there was a person who expected me to be there. I miss being able to reach for someone without wondering if I was annoying them. Sometimes I genuinely can't tell whether I want you back or whether I just want that feeling back. Those aren't the same thing. I know they're not. But at night they feel exactly the same. I also wonder what you say about me now. Not constantly. Okay, maybe more than I should. Do you make me sound difficult? Do you tell people you were unhappy for months? Do you mention the good parts? Do you ever defend me when somebody talks badly about me? Do you even talk about me at all? That last one bothers me the most. The idea that something can take up this much space in my head and barely exist in yours. I don't want you sitting around miserable. I don't. I think. No, I don't. I just don't want to feel replaceable. That's different. At least I think it is. There are days where I feel completely normal now. That's almost unsettling too. I'll go hours without thinking about you. Then notice I haven't thought about you, which obviously makes me think about you. Great system. Then some random detail brings everything back. Not even something romantic. A certain cereal, a street we walked down once, the way someone says a word the same way you did. And suddenly, I'm remembering the version of us before everything became complicated. That's probably the version I miss most. Not the relationship we had when it ended. The one before we knew it was going to end. I keep wondering if there was one exact moment where we could have fixed it. One conversation we avoided. One night where one of us should have been more honest. One time I should have asked what you actually meant instead of saying, "It's fine." Maybe there wasn't. Maybe that's me trying to turn it into a puzzle because puzzles have answers. Breakups don't always have one. Sometimes two people just slowly become people who don't know how to be together anymore. I hate that explanation. It feels too small. I still have things I want to ask you, things I probably never will. Did you know you were going to leave before you told me? Did you ever look at me near the end and feel guilty because you already knew? When you said you loved me, did you still mean it? Can you love someone and already be halfway out the door? I don't know which answer would hurt less. Maybe that's why I haven't asked. I think about our last normal conversation sometimes, not the breakup, the one before it. Neither of us knew, or maybe you knew, that it was the last time we'd talk without everything feeling different afterward. I can't even remember what we talked about. That's what gets me. I wish I'd paid more attention. I wish I'd known it was the last normal one. I would have stayed in it a little longer.